Hey guys, Madaz here, and today we're going to discuss the very once in a lifetime epic action today in the market. We got Dries, a stock that was sitting at $4 just a couple days ago, hitting $102 today. I don't think I've ever seen that, especially in my trading days, and I'm not sure if we'll ever see that again, but definitely one for the ages. And despite the fact that I ended up with a loss today and I made a mess of things, it was definitely a good learning experience. It doesn't take away from the fact that the opportunities today were very plentiful. Lots of chances for people to make some serious profits. Yeah, it doesn't take anything away from that. The market was great, and this is what we live for as traders. If we see the market with this kind of action every single day, this is exactly what we'd like to see. Really solid price action, good volume. Opportunities all day, not just at the first, not at the open for the first couple minutes, and just overall some really epic stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and just discuss the action today really quick, and I'm gonna show you guys a live trading video of how to play a halt and resume. Really wanted to show you guys the one on Dries late in the day where I made $10,000 in like 3 minutes. That would have been a really good example. It was very textbook, dumped right into a very key support level, and it was absolutely a textbook bounce. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, my screen recording program Camtasia kind of screwed it up, and it just glitched there, and very disappointing because I wanted to review that and watch it again for myself so I can kind of take notes off of it. But it is what it is. So we're going to use the OPTT one instead, and that one's pretty good too because it kind of popped up on scanners. And once again, it's really important to have a really good scanner. So if you guys don't have one, like I said, I always recommend Trade Ideas. Check the link in the description and also the promo code as well. It's always very important to have a very good scanner so you guys can find these plays really quick. So OPTT popped up on scanners and then halted, and I took advantage of the halt and resume, the washout on the resume, and then it immediately spiked and sold in the spike for a very nice gain in a very short amount of time. So yeah, overall, let's go ahead and let's talk about the action today. So today, Dries, not much more to be said about this thing. One of the most epic things I've ever seen. In the morning, I thought it was gonna die, not gonna lie. After it kind of started tanking right here, I started shorting all the sympathy plays. I shorted tops and I shorted ESEA, and I loaded up pretty heavy. I'm not gonna lie. I loaded up 20,000 shares of tops. Had around a 520 average, something like that. Wasn't the best average, but I was so convinced that this thing was going to drop at this point. I just decided to hold on to it. Thought I had a good cushion here. It was at 460. I was up a nice $12,000 on this thing unrealized, and eventually just grinded all the way back against me. I ended up stopping out for a nasty $9,500 loss because I didn't want to take the chance that because Dries was going to 102 that this thing was going to go to new highs. So I had to take a loss on that, and it really sucked because I was up pretty nicely. EC even more so because I had 40,000 shares on this thing, and I actually did have a pretty good average on it. I had a 530 average. No, not 530. Sorry, 430 average. So around right here, and when it dropped down to 360, I was up, like almost $30,000, and I thought I was looking pretty until until Dries decided to grind all the way back up, and the moment it broke out of the highs here around 63.85, I just had to swallow all of this, and the liquidity wasn't there anymore for me to get out. So it was pretty bad. Slippage was pretty bad. Trying to get out of 40,000 shares on this, it was not the prettiest thing in the world. Ended up with one of the most ugliest losses I've ever seen, $32,000. Really sucked considering the fact that this was a positive $30,000 number at one point. So overall, very stupid, stupid decision in hindsight. But at the moment, I really thought this thing was going on the backside. But it is what it is. I swallowed the loss and decided to focus on longing Dries moving forward off of these halts. So I did miss this halt, but these big red candles, I was longing these all day, and eventually made $28,000 on that. So like I said, this market was so epic. I mean, usually in most cases, when you put yourself in a $30,000 hole, you're pretty much done for the day. There's pretty much no chance for you to make it back. But these are extreme circumstances. The market was so, plentiful with ideas, plentiful with opportunities today, that I was able to recover $25,000 off of that $31,000 max loss I was at one point realized. So not every day you can say that. I mean, these washouts were amazing. I would get in with 2,000-3,000 shares and make 3-4 points off of it every single time. So yeah, I was making like $4,000, $5,000 every single time, and it added up, and it's really disappointing to me from my perspective, because if I didn't overextend myself with the shorts and try to go for that home run thinking that was the backside, and stuck to my big guns and kept longing dries, which obviously was a really good trade for me the past couple days, just longing dries alone on the long side has made me, I think at this point, over $50,000 if you just looked at just the long trades on dries I've made in the last 3 trading days. So had I just stuck with that, I would have been up 28,000 off of dries and then the 7,900 off of OPTT. So if I didn't do any of that dumb stuff on the short side and ESEA and tops, who knows? Could have been a pretty epic day, but it is what it is. Be thankful that the market gave me an opportunity to make back the majority of my losses, and tomorrow going to be looking for more. We're going to see maybe dries, get that short sell restriction triggered around $65. I believe it closed today. Looks like at around 73, so 73.1. So, subtract 10% from that, you're going to get, SSR in the mid 60s. So if we get a gap down and then a wash, expect a little bounce back with the short sell restriction on, and hopefully that'll be a nice gainer right at the open off of a washout long with the short sell restriction on. A couple of other plays as well. I mean, maybe on tomorrow it actually might be safe to short some of these sympathy plays. I'm not going to make any assumptions like I did today, and it definitely for sure will be taking profits if I do try it. I'm not going to be trying to hold for the home run. If I'm up, 5 figures, I'm going to take it this time, learn my lesson. And there are some other plays too. SINO is another one, grinding up after hours. You can see EC grinding up after hours. Lots of plays grinding up after hours. Also DCIX hitting 7:30 after hours. So, lots of potential tomorrow for a nice long play. So we'll see. So that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the live trading footage. All right, guys. So we pick it up right here around almost 2 p.m. Eastern time, and I just picked up OPTT on scanners. Doing some quick technical analysis. You can see right there. Let's go ahead and rewind it really quick so you can see what I just did. You can see that there is a huge air pocket there. 631, the next support acting as resistance. So I can kind of recognize that this thing has a lot of potential, especially given today's market sentiment, everything resulting in a squeeze, and the long play, definitely a huge move is in order, especially with that huge air pocket. So I'm looking for a huge move here, a spike and a washout on the resume, especially with the short sell restriction on, as you can see in OPTT, should result in a very nice pop towards $6. So that being said, with that kind of with that kind of range potential, I can take some size with conviction, that as you'll see me do in the next couple minutes. But the stock has already made a move to 450 from 3s essentially. And we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit. So we can get to the resume at around 10:55-ish. So this essentially is the same thing as an opening bell washout long, except it just takes place in the middle of the day. And now the stock is open. We see 470s. Now I'm going to let it go ahead and let it spike just to make sure this thing still has upside momentum and upside buying pressure and demand. Now the washout, and then that's where I get in, filling 19,612 shares off of that 5 yank. You can see that. That was a split second. We can go ahead and rewind that for you guys so you can see what I did there. So you can see the stock opening at 470, spiking up to 540. You can see right there. And then you can see the quick rug pull, the textbook rug pull that I always talk about, 540 down to 480. So you got a nice 60-cent yank right there. That's my opportunity to get in. You can see me jump in there. Now I'm in 19,612 shares, 498 average. And again, looking for a spike towards $6. Going to sell on any stall to lock in gains. You can see that I'm up very, very big in a very short amount of time. Barely in this trade for like a couple seconds, already up. Trying to sell there at 560, no fill on the time for the time being. There we go. Sold the chunk there. Around 560, I believe. It's pretty much got out most of the shares. Got 5,000 left. And then I went ahead and whacked out the rest. So there you go. You can see that if you missed your sell right there, it dropped right back down to 470. So it was pretty dangerous if you weren't fast, but I was very, very confident in my abilities to be really, really quick. Almost basically got the top tick there for the bulk of the shares. I had to whack out the rest at 5, unfortunately, but still, $7,912 in a matter of, what was that, like a minute and 40 seconds or something like that. I mean, that's like the fastest $8,000 I've ever seen in a while. So, you know, these plays work because it's essentially the same as your opening bell washout long, especially with market sentiment showing that everything's squeezing and a lot of people chasing on the long side. Definitely lots of buying pressure. You can definitely buy any washout off of a halt and resume. You can see that there was a pop to 540 on the resume and then a yank to 480 and then the pop to that new high day at 575. Great opportunity, a quick and easy 60 cents per share right there. So a nice gain overall. So that being said, guys, hope that helped. So this is pretty much what I did all day on dries. Every single time it halted, I just let it pop. And then the reason why I let it pop is just to make sure that this thing is still, you know, getting some demand, some upside momentum, and then let it test a prior support level. Let the support level get defended. Show some bid support, show a stall, and then see the ask thin out, and then jump in, and then make the quick couple bucks on the spike. So that being said, guys, hope this helps, and you know, hopefully this market keeps up. Definitely, you know, moving forward, I won't be doing any more stupid shorting and holding all day kind of thing. I'm gonna be sticking to what works for me, and you guys should definitely stick to what works for you guys too, because this is an amazing market, and definitely we should take advantage of it. All right, guys, see you guys next time.